I'm sure many of you watching this have heard this at least once in their life. Crying is for the weak. Only weak people cry. Oh, really? Like, I don't get it. What's so bad about showing emotion? Like, I'd rather show emotion than just being a complete emotionless rock. Like, really. I've been told this many times in my life, by my father, complete douchebag, by the way, and other people too. Like, I remember I used to be terrified of the dentist, and my dentist said, "Boys don't cry, girls cry." And with a bunch of people saying stuff like that in my life, it was completely detrimental, trust me. Like, for the longest time in my life, I thought, is it wrong that I cry in this situation? Like, maybe something sad happened, or maybe, I don't know, something happened that made me want to cry. And I'm like, should I? Should I cry? I mean, I'm a man, I shouldn't cry. Yeah, I actually did think that for a while, and it wasn't until, like, probably like 2012, 2013, I finally dropped that mentality because I realized it's just a load of garbage, all right? I mean, a lot of people say, "Oh, boys don't cry, girls cry." Yeah, females tend to be more emotional, but who's to say males can't show any emotion? And I mean, this is why a lot of people are so scared to show their true feelings and not be themselves around other people because society tends to shun that and think, "Oh, crying is only for the weak. People shouldn't cry. I mean, suck it up and be a man." I mean, really, I hate that mentality a lot. I think it's the complete opposite. I think crying is for the brave. I say that because people who cry in front of other people and are not afraid to do it, they're the real brave ones because they're not the ones hiding their emotions, not the ones trying to be tough guys or anything. They're not afraid to show their real emotion. Unlike a bunch of these other so-called tough guys who don't want to show any emotion, and if they do feel like crying, they're gonna bottle it up and not show it. And those aren't the real tough guys. They're just tryhards, thinking they're all big and tough when in reality they're not because they don't want to show any real emotion. Absolute dumbasses, really. So go ahead and cry, alright? It's not for the weak, it's not for girls only, it's for those who have emotion and not afraid to show emotion, alright? So yeah, go ahead and cry, it's completely normal, it's nothing unnatural, it's completely fine to cry sometimes, alright? Sometimes you just need to let all that emotion out, alright? And crying it can be good, alright? Sometimes it's a good release of negative emotion, alright? So, yeah, crying there's nothing wrong with crying, alright? Just go ahead and cry. And I'm not afraid to admit that I've cried a lot in my life. I have. Just like 2 weeks ago, I was accused for something I didn't do, and I was screamed at for it, and you all know how I am when I'm yelled at. And, well, I cried myself to sleep right after that. No joke, I actually literally did, alright? So, anyways, I'm not going to go into full detail on that, but well, I'm not afraid to admit I can get very emotional at times. I know on this YouTube channel I'm this big cynical asshole, but well, in real life I'm very, very, very sensitive. So yeah, take that for what it's worth, I guess. If you want to believe me, fine. If you don't want to believe me, fine, whatever. But yeah, but the point of this video is don't be afraid to show your emotions. If you want to cry, cry, whatever. Don't let any of these douchebags saying, "Oh, only weak people cry," get to you because that's just a load of garbage. All right. They're the real weak people because they're too afraid to show real emotion. All right. So yeah, if you want to cry, cry. It's perfectly fine. That's all I have to say. Bye bye.